Hey everybody, Andy Stickle here. I just finished recording kind of a, not really a commercial, I don't know what it is. It's probably an ad I'm going to run on Facebook here pretty soon. And it's basically showing my social media strategy and kind of the entire machine that I call it the machine. The entire machine that I use to get people into my Facebook group and to get people on my email list and to just basically become an overall authority in the law firm marketing niche. And you know, you hear me talk about social media, all that kind of stuff, and I really have never actually shown the actual strategy of how this works. And I wanted to show this here. Somebody's texting me. I wanted to show this actual strategy for how this works, because I think it's really important to differentiate what you're doing and what I'm doing. And the reason I want to show this is because what most lawyers are doing is incorrect. So I want to show you the strategy that I use and kind of show how it works. So basically, if you look at this board right here, this kind of, I don't even know what you call this, basically all this scribble, all this kind of stuff is my entire strategy. Now, it looks very complicated, but I'm going to walk you through it. I actually have another whiteboard over here. I'm going to walk you through exactly what I do and show you kind of how actually I really this whole thing only takes me about 5 minutes a day to execute. And it gets syndicated and all this stuff. I go all these different places with my content and it just works really well. And that's very likely why you're watching this video right now, is because you came through one of these mediums. So if you come over to this whiteboard right here, which you don't have a choice because you're not holding the camera, basically what you're doing right now, what most lawyers are doing, is this. You create a Facebook post that goes to a blog post, and then that's it. Now, the reason that my method works is because I create a Facebook ad that goes to a landing page that then drives people to my Facebook group, that drives people to my email list, and if they don't enter their email address, it adds them to my Facebook Pixel audience. Now, keep in mind that whether they if they do enter their email address, they still end up in my audience, but they don't have to give me their information for me to capture their information. So again, this one right here, this is very simple, and basically this system stops right here. That's why this system right here doesn't work. It's a waste of time, it's a waste of money, it just doesn't work. So the way that this system works is I create a piece of content. So right now what I'm working on is a cheat sheet, and then I create one single Facebook post. I create this Facebook ad. That Facebook ad drives people to my landing page where they can then download my cheat sheet. Now, to download my cheat sheet, they have to give me their email address. So basically what happens is it says enter your email address and we'll email you the cheat sheet. So once they enter their email address, they end up on my email list. Once they enter their email address also, it takes them to a confirmation page that asks them to join my Facebook group. Now, if they don't join there, they end up on my Facebook Pixel, and the Facebook Pixel runs additional ads that tries to get them back to the email list. So what happens is I'm creating one ad and I'm capturing, eventually I'm going to capture 3 pieces of information. Now, the other thing that happens is I create daily content, and daily content only takes me about 5 minutes a day to create. I can create a post, I can either create a blog post. I prefer video. Video is my preferred method. So what I do is I turn the camera on and I create a video. Maybe it's a 5-minute video like what I'm creating right now. Now, what happens is once I create that video, I then send it to my content team, or I send it to my team, and my team does all the work. So basically, they end up sending that video to YouTube, to my email list, and they write an actual email They write an email that will go out to my entire email list that contains that video. They schedule a post on LinkedIn. They add the post to my Facebook page. They add it to Instagram. Well, this is Twitter. They add it to Twitter. They add it to Instagram. They add it to the blog post. And then they also write a blog post, and so people can find me through SEO. So everything is linked to everything. So basically, if you're on my email list, you're getting daily emails that are pushing you to YouTube. You're also going to get an email that's going to push you to my LinkedIn. You're also going to be invited to go to my Facebook page. And I think you can see what's going on here. You're going to end up going to my Twitter page. You go to my blog page. So this whole thing is all designed to push everyone everywhere. Now, all I'm creating is one piece of content. This right here, I create this content. This takes me 5 minutes every day. But from this one piece of content, I'm optimizing my YouTube channel, I'm going to my email list, I'm optimizing LinkedIn, I'm optimizing Facebook, I'm optimizing Twitter, I'm optimizing Instagram, I'm getting a blog post out of it, and it's only taking me 5 minutes. And that's the amazing part about how this entire strategy works. Now, if you're interested in learning more about this strategy, let me know, and I'll hop on the phone with you. I'll kind of set up a custom strategy for you, or at least I'm not going to set it up. I'll give you a strategy and tell you, look, this is how we can make this work for you. You know, if you're interested, let me know. I'll put the strategy together and show you how it can work for you. If not, at least you can kind of see kind of how all this stuff works for me. But honestly, it works so much better when you basically got this entire machine. Oh, and by the way, this takes 5 minutes right here. This entire thing right here, this whole section right here, takes about 2 hours. And it's set it and forget it. You do it one time and it's done. It's constantly running. It's always running, and it's directing people to here, and then you're optimizing YouTube, email, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, blog, and it just works really well. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you want me to set up a strategy for you and show you how you can kind of customize this for your business, let me know. Talk to you soon. Thanks.